Liquidation means converting fixed assets into cash so that the cash can then be used to pay debt. In Chapter 7 bankruptcy, the Chapter 7 trustee, sometimes referred to as the liquidating trustee, has the job of taking non-exempt property and selling it in order to get money to pay the creditors. When you file a bankruptcy petition under any chapter of bankruptcy, you have to list all of the property that you own. All assets, including real estate, personal property, furniture, dishes, even the cash that you have on hand, as well as the money that you have in bank accounts or retirement accounts. Your attorney's job is then to take that list and apply exemptions. There are some exemptions that are available under state law and some exemptions that are available under federal law. Your attorney will go through, take as much property as possible, and claim exemption on it to reduce the amount of non-exempt property. The Chapter 7 trustee's job, in part, is to review those claims of exemption and determine if they think that you have overreached and claimed more property as exempt than you're legally permitted to. If they do believe that you've overreached, the trustee will file an objection to the debtor's claim of exemption. The debtor can then respond to that objection and disagree, and ask that the court determine whether the property is in fact exempt or is not. If the court determines that the property is not exempt, then it goes in with the rest of the debtor's non-exempt property. Many cases will have no non-exempt property, but in cases that do have non-exempt property, the Chapter 7 trustee's job is to then convert that property into cash. There are generally two ways that a Chapter 7 trustee will do this. One method is to sell the property at auction. This is commonly done with vehicles. There are vehicle auctions every week, and prices are relatively stable, so the trustees are relatively certain as to how much value they will get for a vehicle sold at auction. Another method is through private sale. Often with vehicles also, the trustee will do a private sale, most commonly back to the debtor. When the trustee sells property like a vehicle back to the debtor, they will often take a discount and let the debtor purchase the property back at somewhat less than the value than they anticipate that they would receive at the auction. The reason for this is in a private sale to the debtor, the trustee does not have to pay costs of sale. They do not have to pay an auctioneer. They do not have to pay anybody to transport the property to the place where it will be sold. Because they save those costs, they can sell the property to the debtor for less money and still get the same amount to divide among the creditors. In Chapter 13 bankruptcy, liquidation value also comes into play. And the reason that it comes into play in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy is because the payments that you make during a Chapter 13 bankruptcy have to pay the unsecured creditors at least as much value as they would have received if the property were liquidated in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy.